right, so we're finally stepping into the actual, I guess you could call it trigonometry part, but we're just going to be talking about angles here in this section. So an angle, it's the space, it's this space right here that's created whenever you have two rays. Rays are the ones that have a starting point and they go on forever. When you have two of those joined at a vertex. So an angle here, it has three parts. The little spot where they meet, that is called its vertex. And then they always have an initial side and a terminal side. So just the initial side is, the side that you kind of measure from. And then you have the terminal side where the angle actually ends. All right, terminal side. And right now it's kind of arbitrary. Either one of these could be considered the initial or terminal side. I haven't really given you the rules for, which is which by convention. But they always have three parts: initial side, terminal side, and a vertex. All right. Now we measure the angle two ways. The first way and the most common one is degrees. So as you know, there's 360 degrees that make up a circle. It's basically a degree is 1/360th. It's a little bitty slice of a circle. All right, it's a really tiny slice. That's probably even bigger than a degree, but basically there's 360 of these little angles that make up a full circle. All right. So degrees are one way that we measure, how big an angle is. The other way that we measure how big an angle is, it's actually in trigonometry. This is the more common. It's called a radian. All right, kind of like the radius of a circle, but a radian, it's the angle created. So this little space here, it's the angle created when the radius of the circle is equal to whatever arc length that you need here. So whatever, this little arc length around the circle, when it's the angle created whenever the radius and the arc length are equal to each other. All right. So there's actually 2 pi radians that make up a circle. So 2 pi, remember pi is about 3.14. So 2 pi would be about 6.28. Yes, 6.28. There's about 6.28 radians that make up a full circle. All right, so that might be 1 radian right here because the radius is equal to this arc length. This might be another one. This might be another one. This might be another one. And this, well, I probably didn't draw one of these right. But you'll see here you've got, 1 angle here, 2 angle there, 3, 4, 5, and there's supposed to be 6.28 of these. So obviously I drew these angles a little big. But there's supposed to be 6.28 of these little angles that make up the measure of a full circle or a full revolution. All right, so no matter what the actual size of the circle is, a radian, it's the angle created when the radius and this little arc length right here are equal to each other. All right, and there's about 6.28 of those radians that make up a full circle. So they call it 2 pi. So there's 2 pi radians that make up a full circle. All right, we're going to be measuring angles. We'll be describing angles both ways, by degree and radians.